I want to talk to you a little bit about user-generated content. I'm going to tell you 3 stories on the way to one argument that's going to tell you a little bit about how we open user-generated content up for business. So here's the first story. 1906, this man, John Philip Sousa, traveled to this place, the United States capital, to talk about this technology, what he called the, quote, talking machines. Sousa was not a fan of the talking machines. This is what he had to say. These talking machines are going to ruin artistic development of music in this country. When I was a boy, in front of every house in the summer evenings, you would find young people together singing the songs of the day or the old songs. Today, you hear these infernal machines going night and day. We will not have a vocal cord left, Sousa said. The vocal cords will be eliminated by a process of evolution, as was the tale of man when he came from the ape. Now, this is the picture I want you to focus on. This is a picture of culture. We could describe it, using modern computer terminology, as a kind of read-write culture. It's a culture where people participate in the creation and the recreation of their culture. In that sense, it's read-write. Sousa's fear was that we would lose that capacity because of these, quote, infernal machines. They would take it away. And in its place, we'd have the opposite of read-write culture, what we could call read-only culture. Culture where creativity was consumed, but the consumer is not a creator. A culture which is top-down, owned, where the vocal cords of the millions have been lost. Now, as you look back at the 20th century, at least in what we think of as the, quote, developed world, hard not to conclude that Sousa was right. Never before in the history of human culture had it been as professionalized, never before as concentrated, never before has creativity of the millions been as effectively displaced, and displaced because of these, quote, infernal machines. The 20th century was that century where, at least for those places we know best, culture moved from this read-write to read-only existence. So second, land is a kind of property. It's protected by law. As Lord Blackstone described it, land is protected by trespass law. For most of the history of trespass law, by presuming it protects the land all the way down below and to an indefinite extent upward.